at the end of the day, we all dream to like pass our matric very well, get good marks, be accepted in a good institution, and have a better future. But the problem starts when we have to study and prepare for these things. And otherwise, there's no magic to this. Like I always say, guys, you just have to sit down and prepare. While on that note, I believe everyone now is busy preparing for because like the exams are around the corner. So now, on your journey to prepare for your paper two, right? I have some important piece of information that you might need to remember on your paper two. You must know that whenever you have two parallel lines, there's a lot of information to tell regarding two parallel lines in whether it's geometry or analytical geometry. But here's the main one I want to talk about today. If you have two parallel lines, and in between the two parallel lines, you happen to have two triangles, whereby the two triangles have to share the same base. Two parallel lines, inside the two parallel lines, you have two triangles, and the two triangles happen to share the same base. And then we assume, or rather, we conclude, not we don't assume, we conclude that the triangles are equal, just like that. Probably we're going to have an example as we go, but then let me present our question for today. So here is our question for today. The question reads, number A, we have to use the diagram below to prove the theorem that states that a line drawn parallel to one side of the triangle divides the other two sides proportionally. And whenever you hear about proportionality, if you've been preparing or you've been trying to like look through these things, proportionality now brings in the topic of similarities, congruency, something like that. That's if you've been preparing, and then you're gonna have the light bulb moment. But if not, don't worry, man. Let's proceed. But then now here, if you look below the diagram, we are required to prove that AD over BD is equals to AE over EC. Now we are preparing for exam, and there's no time to can go and explain and make a 30 minutes video that we end up not even getting to understand what is going on. Again, I tell you, two parallel lines, if there are triangles inside two parallel lines and the two triangles happen to share the same base, we assume that the two triangles are equal only if the two triangles, they are in between two parallel lines and they share the same base. Now let's break this one down. I already have a structure. There we go. And I'm already given that DE is parallel to BC. Knowing that DE is parallel to BC, it just opened a whole lot of solutions in my head to can prove what they want based on the diagram. But the first thing I'm going to do, I want to have two triangles between my two parallel lines. So my two parallel lines is DE and BC. Now I need to construct two triangles in between DE and BC. That's the only way to approach to solve a question like this one, right? So let's do that. Let's construct our lines. So as you can see here, I have formed two triangles, two new triangles, which were not there at first. I had formed triangle, I have formed triangle BDE and triangle DEC. So these are my new formed triangles. I have triangle BDE that I have just formed now, as well as triangle DEC. Again, the next thing to remember, guys, is that two triangles can share the same height. Two triangles can share the same height. Like, look at this. You can have ideally a triangle like this. We can name this triangle A, B, C, and then maybe we have another triangle there. We have triangle ABC and triangle ADB. Somehow, the height of the two triangle would be here, as you can see. This would be the height. So the height of triangle ABC, the height of triangle ABC is H. because it constructs from there. Like think of this as one line. So it's the height is that one there. Even though the base for this triangle is BC, the base of triangle ABC is BC, but the height is going to be our h. So if we were to calculate the area of triangle ABC, we're going to have half times the base, which is BC, as you can see, multiplied by the height, which is that h. Also, if we calculate the area of triangle ADC, which is now ADC, it would still be half. Now the base for ADC would be DC, times the height again, because the height is the same. So I just want you to get the concept that two triangles can share the same height, which that information I just shared now happens to be in our situation here. Can you see that the height of triangle BDE, the height of triangle BDE, this triangle, the height of this triangle is EF, as you can see. The height is EF, and the base is BD. You see, so the base of this triangle is this, but the base of triangle BDE, as you see, triangle BDE, the base is BD, but the height is EF. Also, when you look at triangle ADE, we can see that the height is also EF, but the base is AD. And if I see AD and BD as what I see on my proof there, so I can say something about this to relate to the proof. Without wasting time, remember, we are practicing here, right? I'm not showing you a magic of how to get it easy. We are practicing. So I'm going to say the triangle, or let me say area of triangle ADE, area of triangle ADE is equals to half times the base. The base is AD times the height, EF. All over, because I want to create the proportionality of what I want to prove, but then using the right sequence of the areas, right? So if I was to proportionate this to the area of triangle, now I'm using triangle BDE because it shares the same height as triangle ADE. So triangle BDE, this is going to be also proportional or over 1/2 times. Now the base for triangle BDE is BD times EF, because the height is EF as well. The height is EF. So as you can see there, obviously now we are already getting somewhere because we are manipulating this thing. So you can see the half cancels the half, EF cancels EF. We're left with AD over BD, which is one side of our proof. We are getting somewhere now. So this is going to be equals to, okay, this means that the area of triangle ADE over the area of triangle BDE is equals to AD over BD. So that is for this side of the triangle. The one with the height EF with the color red, right? So all this information is regarding this triangle, this side of the triangle in full, BEA or BAE. Let's look at the other side, whereby we are looking at the other height now, DG. DG is a height that is shared by two triangles also. Triangle DEC and triangle ADE also share the very same height, which is DG now on the other side. So again, I would then say area of triangle. Now, looking at it from the other side, area of triangle ADE, ADE is equals to half times the other base. Now, it would be now what? AE. The base would be AE and the height would be DG from the other side. So the base would be AE times the height, which is DG, all over area of triangle. Now, I'm looking at triangle DEC, 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 DEC has the height DG as well. So it's going to be 1 over 2 times the base for DEC is EC or CE. CE, the base times the height, which is DG. Again, I can see that DG cancels that and this cancels this. So it is safe to say, let me just do this. It is safe to say this is the same as AE over CE. Oh, here I'm looking at triangle DEC. So let me just write this also. So look, guys, in terms of the proportionality, so far I've proved that area of triangle ADE over area of triangle BDE is equals to AD over BD if we use it like that in a form of proportionality. But also check this out. Area of triangle ADE over area of triangle DEC, this time around, which is DEC, is equals to AE over CE. Now, if you notice, the top part is the same for both. The top part is the same. The top part we have area of triangle ADC, area of triangle ADC. But the bottom part, we have area of triangle BDE, BDE over area of triangle DEC, over area of triangle DEC. But what did I tell you right now? I said to you, if two lines are parallel and the parallel lines happen to have two triangles inside, and the two triangles inside happen to share the same base. The same base in this part would be DE. Therefore, we can prove that triangle BDE is equals to triangle DEC. Triangle BDE is equals to triangle BEC, DEC. Reason being, the lines are parallel and they share same base. Reason being, we have two parallel lines and the two triangles share the same base. So if area of triangle ADE is the same as area of triangle ADE for the top part of the fraction and the bottom part is also equal, then it is safe to say AD is equals to AE. Therefore, to answer our first question, number A, because we have proved it, then we can assume that AD over BD is equals to AE over CE. And this proves proportionality, which is what we were required to prove. And this supports the theorem that we're proving. So it clearly shows that the two parallel lines, they do indeed form proportionality on the triangles when they divide the triangle like that. That is for number A. But unfortunately, it doesn't end there. We still have number B. Dear matriculants, are you aware that you are now in your final 3 months of your school journey? Like I'm talking about high school journey. So now you may be sitting there wondering and thinking to yourself like, damn, the year is almost done and you might not know nothing. So now if you are struggling from mathematics and physics, here at Simplified RSA, we are bringing you a massive ultimate revision class. So here's a good one. If you are the person I'm talking about, that matriculant who's worried that they might not pass their maths and physics because they know nothing, because they never had enough time to prepare up until now, here's the good news. We are bringing you a massive ultimate revision classes for grade 12, whereby we'll be having, hear me out, we are bringing you 8 hours of revision on a Saturday, 8 hours of revision on a Sunday. So for every weekend, starting from the 27th of September, going like that. Tickets are going from as little as 350 just to save a spot for yourself. We are doing the So for now, because our lessons are presented through Zoom, it is unfortunate that we have only limited spot for people, you see. So it would be wiser for you to book your ticket as early as you can. Why so? Because this is the last spot of a dying horse, and the only way the horse would remain dead is if you don't choose to press the link to book a ticket for yourself. And by the time you press the link, you find that we are fully booked, right? But all I'm telling you is, trust me, you still have a chance to can pass your matric. Just press the link. Trust me because. Just trust me because. Again, another thing to remember, since we are preparing for exams, right? When you are having a question and the first question you are required to prove a theorem, there's a high chance that on the next question or on the following question, right on that question after you have to prove a theorem, you may need to apply the theorem. So normally, you prove something first, and then the next question is more likely for the question for you to apply what you proved on the previous question, if we're talking about a theorem in this case, right? Looking at number B, in the diagram, which we are given the diagram there, in the diagram we have HIJ, it's a right angle triangle. We all know what a right angle triangle is. And then we have L lies on IJ. We can see L lies on IJ, but such that JL is equals to 9 units and LI is equals to 12 units. Okay, we can see that. And then K lies on HI. K lies on HI, we can see that, such that KL is parallel to HJ. KL is parallel to HJ. If we're to construct some triangles in between, because it's never mind that. Let's just proceed. HJ is equals to 29 units. Okay, fine. Now we are required to calculate IK. We are required to calculate IK. Okay, cool. So here is the structure relative to what we have on the question. And now we are calculating, we are required to calculate what IK. We are required to calculate this portion here, IK. This portion here. But we know this, meaning we know this total side. This total side here. This total side would be 12 plus 9, which is going to be just 12 plus 9, which is going to be 21, right? We know this side is 29. But we need to calculate IK. However, if there's parallel lines here, we know that there's proportionality involved. So if there's proportionality involved, I know that IL over IJ is the same as IK over IH. That is us using proportionality then. IK over IH. And now I know I have to calculate IK. I have the value of IL. IL is 12 units. I'm happy. IJ, I just got IJ now because I added IL and J and JL to be 12 plus 9, which gives me 29. I'm happy. But do I have IH? This full side here. I don't have IH, which is going to make it hard for me to find IK. But since they told me that HIJ is a right angle triangle, I think somehow using Pythagoras theorem, I can get IH, you see, given that HJ is my hypotenuse. So this is how I'm going to construct my Pythagoras. Look, I will say HJ squared is equals to IJ squared plus IH squared. So you see, HJ squared is equals to IJ squared plus IH squared, which makes IH squared to be HJ squared minus IJ squared. Therefore, now I will have 29 squared minus 21 squared. This gives me 400, which makes IJ to be the square root of that, which is going to be 20 unit, because HJ squared is the one that is 400, but then I need to solve IJ, so I need to put the square root, so it's going to be 20 unit, which makes IJ to be 20 unit. Now your answer is out there, guys. Now your answer is in public, because what is your IL? Okay, let me rewrite this here. I will say IL is 12 over IJ is 21. 21 is equals to IK, which I want to calculate, over IH, which I just calculated now to found to be 20. The next thing, guys, sometimes students, they can tell you they can't even solve something like this still. Guys, here you just cross multiply. I know my students, the ones I meet up with online privately on our Zoom sessions, they will tell you they don't even know how to calculate this. But then if you cross multiply here, it means you'd have 21 times IK is equals to 12 times 20. Therefore, I divide by 21 because I want to solve IK. I divide by 21 both. Therefore, this will cancel as that. That means I will then say IK is equals to I get 11.4 units. Thank you for watching. If you've watched the video until this part, please don't forget to subscribe, because clearly we're still going to make more videos to assist you. So just subscribe, follow us in all our social media platforms, and dear matriculants, are you aware that you are now in your final 3 months of your school journey? Like I'm talking about high school journey. So now you may be sitting there wondering and thinking to yourself like, damn, the year is almost done and you might not know nothing. So now, if you are struggling from mathematics and physics, here at Simplified RSA, we are bringing you a massive ultimate revision class. So here's a good one. If you are the person I'm talking about, that matriculant who's worried that they might not pass their maths and physics because they know nothing, because they never had enough time to prepare up until now, here's the good news. We are bringing you a massive ultimate revision classes for grade 12, whereby we'll be having, hear me out, we are bringing you 8 hours of revision on a Saturday, 8 hours of revision on a Sunday. So for every weekend, starting from the 27th of September, going like that. Tickets are going from as little as 350 just to save a spot for yourself. We are doing this. So for now, because our lessons are presented through Zoom, it is unfortunate that we have only limited spot for people, you see. So it would be wiser for you to book your ticket as early as you can. Why so? Because this is the last spot of a dying horse, and the only way the horse would remain dead is if you don't choose to press the link to book a ticket for yourself. And by the time you press the link, you find that we are fully booked, right? But all I'm telling you is, trust me, you still have a chance to can pass your matric. Just press the link. Trust me, because. Just trust me, because.